15 dazzling supermodels, each worshipped under the bright lights of fame, all gone because of the hidden dangers that followed them behind the glamour. In this story, we uncover the rise, the shadows, and the final moments the world never saw. Which name will surprise you the most? Stay with me to find out. Number 1. Marilyn Monroe. On the night of August 5th, 1962, she was found unresponsive in her Brentwood home after taking a large amount of barbiturate sleeping pills. The official report described an acute overdose that ended her life at the age of 36. The world learned the news with disbelief as headlines spread across the country. Her passing became one of the most discussed tragedies in American cultural history, leaving behind lingering questions and a sense of shock that never fully faded. She rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most photographed women of the 20th century. She appeared in major films such as The 7-Year Itch and Some Like It Hot, performances that cemented her image as the ultimate Hollywood icon. Her blend of vulnerability and charm made her unforgettable to audiences. She transformed the idea of a movie star into something magnetic and almost mythical. Her fame reached beyond cinema, shaping fashion, beauty standards, and the very definition of glamour for generations. Her early life was marked by instability, time in foster homes, and constant uncertainty. These hardships shaped her longing for acceptance and fueled her determination to succeed. She entered the modeling world as Norma Jean and quickly drew attention through magazine covers that highlighted her striking presence. Her transition into acting brought new challenges, including studio pressures and the demand to reinvent herself. Each victory and setback added layers to her personality, creating the complex figure admired by millions. Her final years reflected growing exhaustion, medical struggles, and emotional strain. She faced demanding work schedules, personal turmoil, and periods of isolation. Her health began to decline as she balanced her public image with private battles. The pressure to maintain her status pushed her into a fragile state, leaving her more vulnerable than ever. Her death on that quiet August night marked the end of a life shaped by intensity, ambition, and unrelenting scrutiny, casting a long shadow over Hollywood. The aftermath brought an overwhelming wave of grief from fans, filmmakers, and cultural institutions. Newspapers dedicated entire front pages to her memory. Scholars continued to examine her life, seeking to understand her influence on film and society. Museums and archives preserved her photographs, letters, and performances. Her legacy endured as a symbol of beauty, talent, and emotional depth. Marilyn Monroe remained an everlasting reminder of the delicate line between fame and vulnerability in the world of entertainment. Number 2. Anna Nicole Smith. On February 8, 2007, she was discovered unresponsive in a Florida hotel after taking a fatal combination of prescription medications. The medical investigation described an accidental overdose that overwhelmed her weakened body. Her sudden passing at the age of 39 drew immediate national attention as news outlets broadcast every detail. The public struggled to process the loss of a woman whose life had been lived under an intense spotlight. What do you think about this turning point in her story, dear viewers? She rose from a small Texas town to become one of the most recognizable faces in American popular culture. Her modeling career accelerated rapidly after she appeared on the cover of major magazines and became a celebrated figure in the world of glamour photography. Her breakthrough as a high-profile model led to commercial deals, television appearances, and a devoted following. She captivated audiences with her bold beauty, her playful persona, and her ability to command a camera with effortless confidence. Her influence became so strong that her name became synonymous with early 2000-era celebrity culture. Her personal journey carried many burdens long before she entered the public eye. She experienced an unstable childhood filled with uncertainty and a longing for independence. Her early adult years were marked by financial hardship, brief relationships, and a struggle to find consistent work. The modeling world offered her a fresh start, yet it also brought new pressures. She faced scrutiny for her appearance and for the sudden rise in her fame. Each step in her career reflected both her determination and the emotional weight she carried from earlier chapters of her life. Her final months revealed signs of deep exhaustion and emotional strain. She faced the overwhelming grief of losing her son in 26, a tragedy that altered her behavior and her ability to cope. Her health visibly declined as stress, medication use, and public controversies intensified. She moved frequently, surrounded by legal battles and constant media attention. Her daily life grew increasingly chaotic, and the pressures of fame compounded her vulnerabilities. Her final hours in that Florida hotel marked the end of a turbulent path that had been filled with both triumph and heartbreak. The aftermath of her passing led to widespread reflection from the entertainment industry, legal experts, and longtime fans. Tributes poured in honoring her beauty, her resilience, and the complexity of her story. Analysts discussed the impact of overwhelming fame on personal well-being. Her legacy remained a cautionary tale about the emotional cost of celebrity life. What do you think her story teaches us about the pressures faced by public figures? Number 3. Gia Carangi. On November 18, 1986, she passed away in a Philadelphia hospital after complications that stemmed from years of heroin dependence. Her death at the age of 26 was attributed to illness linked to her long struggle with substance use, a battle that had devastated her health and weakened her immune system. The news reached the fashion world quietly at first, yet those who knew her understood the tragic path that had brought her life to an early end. She became one of the first true supermodels of the late 1970s, capturing the attention of major designers and photographers with her striking features and magnetic presence. She appeared on countless magazine covers and walked for top fashion houses, establishing herself as a new kind of runway star. Her raw beauty and natural confidence made her unforgettable to editors and audiences. She defined an era of high fashion through bold poses, expressive eyes, and a captivating edge that few could match. Her influence shaped the careers of many models who followed her, and her style left a lasting mark on the industry. Her personal journey began in a divided household marked by conflict between her parents. She sought connection and belonging during her teenage years and found comfort in the underground culture of Philadelphia. Her early exposure to nightlife brought both excitement and vulnerability. She entered modeling as an escape and quickly rose to fame, yet the pace of her success introduced challenges she was not prepared to face. The pressure to remain perfect and composed contrasted sharply with her longing for stability, and these emotional tensions became part of her inner struggle. Her health began to deteriorate as substance use became more central in her life. She withdrew from major jobs, missed important bookings, and drifted away from the colleagues who once celebrated her rise. Attempts to recover were brief and difficult, and each relapse carried heavier consequences. Her final months were marked by hospital stays, weakened strength, and moments of reflection observed by those close to her. The once dazzling figure of high fashion spent her last days far from the cameras that had adored her, leaving behind a haunting reminder of the toll that fame and addiction can take. The fashion community reacted with sorrow when her story resurfaced in later years. Documentaries, articles, and a biographical film helped the public understand the depth of her talent and the challenges she faced. She became a symbol of both brilliance and fragility, a reminder of how quickly a rising star can fall. Her legacy remained influential as designers and historians honored her role in shaping modern modeling. Number 4. Edie Sedgwick. On November 16, 1971, she passed away in her California home after taking a large amount of prescription barbiturates that led to respiratory failure during the night. The official report identified the cause as an acute overdose that overwhelmed her already fragile condition. She was only 28. Her death saddened the art and fashion circles that had once embraced her as a luminous figure of the 1960s cultural wave. She rose to prominence as a model, actress, and muse within the creative world surrounding the artist Andy Warhol. Her wide eyes, cropped hair, and bold style made her one of the most recognizable fashion personalities of her era. She appeared in several of Warhol's experimental films, gaining a devoted following for her expressive screen presence. Fashion magazines celebrated her as a symbol of youth and spontaneity, and her image influenced trends in makeup, clothing, and personal expression. Her brief but powerful impact helped shape the aesthetic of an entire decade. Her early life was marked by emotional distance within a wealthy but troubled family. She experienced periods of isolation during her childhood on a California ranch, where family expectations created pressure rather than comfort. Her desire for freedom led her to art school and eventually to New York City, where she discovered a world of creativity and inspiration. Her natural charisma and curiosity drew the attention of artists, photographers, and filmmakers who saw in her a new form of modern beauty. Her rapid rise reflected both her talent and her yearning for connection beyond the constraints of her upbringing. Her health weakened as she struggled with emotional difficulties and increasing dependence on medications. She moved frequently, sought treatment multiple times, and attempted to rebuild her life away from the overwhelming environment of the New York art scene. Her final year included efforts to distance herself from past influences, yet the strain of earlier experiences lingered. Her fragile state made her vulnerable to the harmful effects of the sedatives prescribed to manage her anxiety and sleep problems. Her final night ended quietly, far from the bright spaces where she once captivated audiences. Her death prompted sorrow among artists, fashion followers, and cultural historians. Many reflected on how someone so radiant could fade so quickly. Her presence in film and fashion continued to be studied for its originality and emotional resonance. Exhibits and biographies celebrated her as a muse who embodied both inspiration and vulnerability. Her legacy remained tied to the energy of the 1960s, preserving her memory as a symbol of creativity, individuality, and the delicate nature of fame. Number 5. Margaux Hemingway. On July 1, 1996, she was found in her Santa Monica apartment after taking a lethal amount of barbiturates. The medical examiner determined that the cause of death was an intentional overdose that brought her life to an abrupt end at the age of 42. The discovery shocked those who had followed her career, as she had once been one of the brightest faces in international fashion. Her passing marked another sorrowful chapter in a family already familiar with loss. She achieved worldwide recognition during the 1970s as one of the highest-paid and most photographed models of her time. Her tall frame, striking features, and confident walk made her a favorite among major fashion houses. She appeared on magazine covers across Europe and the United States, bringing a new kind of athletic elegance to the modeling world. She later transitioned into acting, starring in several films that allowed her to explore a different side of her creativity. Her name carried prestige, and her image helped shape the era's vision of modern beauty. Her early life was influenced by the extraordinary legacy of the Hemingway family, known for brilliance as well as emotional struggle. Growing up under the weight of a famous surname brought both opportunity and pressure. She experienced personal battles with insecurity and the desire to create her own identity separate from her family's history. She pursued modeling as a path toward independence, and her rapid success validated her determination. At the same time, the intensity of her work and the public's fascination with her life added complexity to her personal journey. Her later years reflected an ongoing struggle with emotional and physical challenges. She faced long periods of exhaustion, difficulty maintaining professional commitments, and a sense of drifting away from the glamorous world that had once embraced her. Financial setbacks and strained relationships added further weight to her declining health. She attempted several times to rebuild her life through wellness practices and new projects, yet the deepening sense of isolation made recovery difficult. Her final days revealed a woman still searching for stability and peace while carrying the burdens of past experiences. Her death prompted a wave of reflection from the fashion industry, mental health advocates, and admirers around the world. Her story inspired discussions about the pressures placed on models during the height of their fame. Films, articles, and interviews revisited her legacy, presenting her as a symbol of both beauty and vulnerability. Her influence remained visible in the evolution of fashion imagery and in conversations about emotional well-being. Margaux Hemingway continued to be remembered as a powerful figure whose life carried both brilliance and profound complexity. Number 6. Peaches Geldof. On April 7, 2014, she was discovered unresponsive in her Kent home after using heroin that caused fatal respiratory failure. The investigation confirmed an accidental overdose that ended her life at the age of 25. The public reacted with disbelief as news of her passing spread across international media. Her story echoed the earlier loss of her mother, creating a haunting parallel that stirred deep sorrow among those who had followed her journey. What do you think about the emotional weight carried in this moment of her life? She gained fame as a model, television personality, and columnist who moved easily between fashion runways and broadcast studios. Her striking appearance and sharp commentary made her a favorite among designers and producers. She appeared in campaigns for major brands and became a familiar face at cultural events throughout London and beyond. Her presence combined youthful style with a strong sense of individuality, allowing her to influence trends and conversations in fashion circles. She built a career that blended creativity with media insight, earning admiration from audiences who found her both bold and relatable. Her early years were shaped by the pressures and privileges of growing up in a prominent family. She experienced her mother's sudden death at a young age, an event that deeply affected her emotional development. She sought expression through writing, music, and fashion, using creativity to navigate personal challenges. Her desire for independence led her into modeling and journalism, where she quickly made an impression with her honesty and unconventional style. Her life reflected a constant search for identity and stability within a world that closely observed her every step. Her final months revealed a complex mix of progress and hidden struggle. She embraced motherhood and publicly spoke about finding joy in caring for her children. Friends described her as hopeful and dedicated during this period. Yet private battles lingered, including attempts to overcome dependencies that she had managed to hide from many around her. The conflict between her outward optimism and inner vulnerability grew stronger. Her last days showed signs of exhaustion, increasing isolation, and a return to old habits despite her efforts to stay grounded. The aftermath of her passing brought an outpouring of sympathy from the entertainment community, fashion editors, and countless admirers. Her death sparked discussions about mental health, generational trauma, and the pressures faced by young public figures. Tributes highlighted her intelligence, creativity, and the tenderness she showed as a mother. Her legacy remained tied to her ability to inspire others through her voice, her style, and her openness about life's challenges. What meaning do you find in the way her story continues to be remembered? Number 7. Donyale Luna. On May 17, 1979, she passed away in a Rome clinic after taking heroin that caused fatal complications. The medical report listed the cause as an accidental overdose that overwhelmed her weakened system. She was only 33. Her sudden death ended the life of a woman who had broken barriers in fashion and reshaped the industry's understanding of beauty. News of her passing slowly spread through artistic and fashion communities, leaving many stunned by the loss. She became the first Black model to appear on the cover of British Vogue, an achievement that changed the direction of fashion history. Her extraordinary height, elongated features, and expressive poses set her apart from her peers. Photographers admired her ability to transform herself before the camera, shifting from ethereal softness to bold intensity with effortless grace. She appeared in major magazines and walked for designers who recognized her as a creative force. Her influence inspired generations of models and artists who saw her as a symbol of originality and cultural evolution. Her early life in Detroit was shaped by hardship and a longing to escape instability. She showed artistic talent from a young age and sought opportunities beyond her surroundings. Her move to New York introduced her to a creative world filled with painters, designers, and photographers who encouraged her unique presence. She developed her own artistic identity, blending modeling with personal expression and performance. Her journey reflected both determination and the challenges that came with navigating unfamiliar worlds. Her later years revealed a growing struggle with emotional turmoil and increasing dependence on substances. She moved between countries seeking stability and creative renewal. Her career shifted toward European projects, including film roles and avant-garde collaborations. Despite flashes of success, she faced financial instability and a sense of disconnection from the industry she once dominated. Her health weakened as personal conflicts grew more difficult to manage. Her final days in Rome showed a woman trying to regain control yet burdened by the consequences of long-term dependence. Her death prompted heartfelt reflection from artists, fashion historians, and admirers who understood her pioneering significance. Exhibitions and retrospectives celebrated her groundbreaking work and her courage in redefining beauty standards. Scholars examined her life to highlight the challenges faced by trailblazers who enter industries not yet ready to fully embrace them. Her legacy endured as proof that innovation often comes from those who dare to stand apart. Donyale Luna continued to inspire new generations seeking space for creativity and self-expression in the world of fashion. Number 8. Katya Sassoon. On January 1, 2002, she passed away in her Hollywood Hills home after taking a dangerous combination of hydromorphone and cocaine that caused fatal respiratory failure. The medical examiner ruled her death an accidental overdose. She was only 33. The news unsettled the fashion and entertainment communities, as many remembered her early promise and her long struggle to rebuild stability after years of personal challenges. She first gained attention as the daughter of renowned hairstylist Katya Sassoon, yet she quickly proved her own talent in modeling and acting. Her striking looks and confident presence landed her on magazine covers during her teenage years. She later transitioned into film, appearing in projects that showcased her ambition and emotional range. Her career captured the public's interest because she carried both glamour and vulnerability. She represented a generation of young models who sought to create their own identities regardless of family legacy or industry expectations. Her upbringing combined privilege with pressure, offering opportunities while also creating a demanding environment. She moved through adolescence with a desire for independence and self-expression. Her early entry into modeling exposed her to fast-paced surroundings that shaped her identity during formative years. She faced difficulties balancing public expectations with personal growth, and her early fame brought challenges that influenced her emotional development. These experiences fueled her determination to succeed, but also contributed to the internal struggles she carried into adulthood. Her later years reflected a complex journey toward recovery and reinvention. She entered treatment programs to confront her dependence issues and worked to repair relationships strained by earlier turmoil. She embraced motherhood and sought a calmer, more grounded lifestyle. Friends noted moments of optimism as she attempted to rebuild a healthier routine. Despite these efforts, moments of isolation and emotional strain continued. Her final day came during a period when she appeared hopeful yet remained vulnerable to relapse. Her passing ended a life marked by determination, fragility, and a continuous search for balance. The reaction to her death brought sadness from colleagues, friends, and fans who had followed her transformation over the years. Commentators reflected on the pressures faced by young women in the entertainment industry and the difficulty of overcoming long-term struggles. Her story encouraged conversations about compassion, support, and the challenges of recovery. Her impact remained in the memories of those who admired her resilience and her attempts to reclaim her life despite adversity. Katya Sassoon continued to be remembered as a symbol of courage shaped by both triumph and hardship. Number 9. Chrissy Taylor. On July 2, 1995, she collapsed suddenly in her family home in Florida and was pronounced dead shortly after emergency responders arrived. The medical investigation revealed that she suffered a fatal cardiac arrhythmia. Traces of ephedrine from an over-the-counter inhaler were found in her system, and doctors concluded that the stimulant may have triggered the heart failure. She was only 17. Her unexpected passing shocked the modeling world, which had viewed her as a rising talent with a bright future. She gained recognition through her work in teen fashion magazines and commercial campaigns. Her natural beauty, expressive eyes, and relaxed confidence made her a favorite among photographers. She often appeared alongside her older sister, Nicole Taylor, who was already a well-established supermodel. Chrissy's presence complemented the industry's shift toward youthful energy and relatable charm during the 1990s. She became a symbol of fresh appeal, demonstrating how younger models could influence mainstream styles. Her growing portfolio suggested a long and successful career ahead. Her early life was shaped by a supportive family environment that encouraged creativity and personal development. She grew up in Florida, surrounded by strong community connections. Her interest in modeling emerged through watching her sister's success, and she entered the industry with enthusiasm. She displayed a warm personality and dedication to improving her skills. Her experience offered a unique blend of everyday normalcy and exposure to the glamorous world of fashion. Friends, teachers, and colleagues described her as grounded despite her increasing fame. Her final months showed a young woman balancing school responsibilities and modeling opportunities. She traveled frequently for assignments, gaining experience while maintaining close ties to her family. Those around her noticed occasional fatigue, though nothing that suggested a serious medical issue. Her reliance on an inhaler to manage breathing difficulties appeared routine, and no one anticipated danger. Her sudden collapse highlighted the unpredictable nature of heart conditions and the potential risks of certain stimulants, even in small amounts. Her passing underscored how a promising life can change in a single moment. The aftermath brought deep sorrow from the fashion community, medical professionals, and the general public. Her story sparked conversations about cardiac health in young athletes and performers. Organizations focused on heart research referenced her case when discussing early detection and awareness. Tributes emphasized her kindness, her potential, and the joy she brought to those who worked with her. Chrissy Taylor remained in public memory as a symbol of youthful promise whose life ended far too soon, reminding many of the fragile balance between ambition and well-being. Number 10. Elisa Bridges. On February 7, 2002, she was found unresponsive in a friend's Hollywood residence after taking a mixture of heroin, methamphetamine, meperidine, and alprazolam that caused acute intoxication. The coroner ruled her death an accidental overdose. She was only 28. The discovery spread quickly through entertainment news, leaving many stunned by how suddenly her life had ended. Her passing added another painful chapter to the history of young models lost to dangerous substances. What thoughts come to your mind when hearing the circumstances of her final hours? She became widely known as a glamour model whose striking appearance led to high-profile magazine features. Her expressive smile and confident presence made her a favorite among photographers. She appeared in multiple publications and developed a strong following among readers who admired her open personality and camera-friendly energy. Her work expanded into acting roles and special appearances that showcased her ability to connect with audiences. Her influence reflected a blend of classic glamour and modern appeal, helping her stand out in a competitive industry. Her early life in Texas shaped her grounded personality and independent spirit. She grew up with a curiosity for performance and creative expression. Her decision to pursue modeling brought new opportunities and challenges, pushing her into environments far removed from her hometown. She adapted quickly, learning how to navigate fast-paced schedules and public attention. Despite setbacks, she remained determined to build a career that reflected her ambition. The contrast between small-town roots and Hollywood expectations influenced her emotional journey and shaped her perspective on fame. Her final years showed a woman facing increasing strain as personal pressures intensified. Friends noted periods of exhaustion and emotional difficulty. She attempted to find stability while managing professional commitments, yet the demands of the entertainment world weighed heavily on her. She struggled with dependency issues that grew more severe over time. Her efforts to regain control were often interrupted by stress and isolation. Her last days were marked by moments of vulnerability that revealed how fragile her situation had become. The reaction to her death brought sorrow from colleagues, fans, and media observers. Her story prompted renewed discussions about substance use in young performers and the need for greater support systems. Tributes emphasized her warmth, her talent, and the potential she carried. Her life continued to be remembered through photographs, interviews, and the memories of those who knew her best. Elisa Bridges remained a symbol of beauty touched by deep struggle, leaving behind a legacy shaped by both her achievements and her challenges. Number 11. Chinna Rogers. On April 8, 2020, she was found unresponsive in her Philadelphia home after taking a fatal amount of opioid substances that caused an accidental overdose. The medical report confirmed that the combination overwhelmed her system. She was only 25. Her passing resonated deeply within the music and fashion communities, where she had been admired for her versatility, honesty, and rising influence. The news spread across social media, prompting an outpouring of sadness from fans and fellow artists. She built a distinctive career that blended modeling with music, moving between creative worlds with natural ease. She first entered the public eye as a teenager when she signed with a major modeling agency. Her striking features and confident presence made her popular among photographers and fashion brands. She later expanded into music, joining the creative circle around the ASAP Collective. Her voice, style, and lyrical depth earned her critical praise. She became known as a multifaceted artist who could shift effortlessly from runway to recording studio, inspiring a new generation of performers. Her early life included challenges that shaped her emotional strength and artistic identity. She experienced instability during childhood and often relied on creativity as an outlet for expression. Her entry into modeling introduced her to unfamiliar environments where she had to adapt quickly. Music became another source of grounding and personal exploration. She used her art to process complex feelings and to communicate experiences that many young people related to. Her resilience, combined with her sensitivity, made her a compelling figure in both fashion and music. Her later years revealed a difficult struggle with dependency issues. She spoke openly about her efforts to achieve sobriety, sharing her journey in interviews and through her music. She experienced periods of progress and renewed focus, releasing projects that reflected her growth. Yet moments of emotional strain and isolation continued to challenge her. The stress of balancing creative ambitions with personal battles created a fragile tension in her life. Her final days showed signs of exhaustion that went unnoticed by many who believed she was finding her way forward. The aftermath of her passing brought profound grief from artists, models, producers, and admirers around the world. Tributes highlighted her authenticity, her talent, and her willingness to confront difficult topics through art. Industry leaders praised her ability to bridge creative disciplines and to inspire younger performers navigating their own challenges. Her legacy grew as conversations about mental health and support systems took on new urgency. Chynna Rogers continued to be remembered as a gifted artist whose story reflected both brilliance and vulnerability. Number 12. Lois Hamilton. On December 23, 1999, she was discovered lifeless in her Rio de Janeiro hotel room after taking a large amount of sleeping pills that caused fatal respiratory depression. The authorities ruled her death a suicide through intentional overdose. She was 47. Her passing stunned colleagues in both modeling and acting, as she had once been celebrated for her vibrant personality and her ability to command attention in every professional setting. She rose to fame in the 1970s as a popular fashion model whose striking features and lively energy made her a frequent choice for magazine covers and advertising campaigns. Her success in modeling opened the door to acting roles, leading her to appear in films and television programs throughout the 1980s. Her expressive presence and physical confidence allowed her to transition smoothly between disciplines. Audiences appreciated her versatility, and she built a career that showcased both glamour and determination. She became a recognizable figure whose work reflected the creative spirit of her time. Her upbringing in Pennsylvania fostered a strong sense of ambition and independence. She pursued art, performance, and athletic activities from a young age. She studied painting and sculpture before discovering that modeling offered opportunities to combine creativity with financial stability. Her move to larger cities expanded her world, introducing her to demanding environments that required resilience. Her drive to succeed often masked underlying emotional struggles, yet she continued to push forward in pursuit of artistic and professional fulfillment. Her multifaceted background gave her a distinctive identity within the entertainment world. Her later years revealed growing challenges tied to emotional hardship and professional uncertainty. She traveled frequently while seeking new roles and artistic outlets. Though she maintained her charismatic exterior, she faced loneliness and fluctuating career prospects. Reports from friends suggested that she experienced deep bouts of sadness and frustration. Her difficulties intensified as she attempted to navigate a competitive industry that no longer offered the same stability it once had. Her final days in Brazil reflected a period of isolation during which her emotional distress grew heavier. The response to her death included expressions of sorrow from fellow actors, models, and directors who had admired her work. Retrospectives highlighted her contributions to fashion and film, emphasizing her boldness and her willingness to embrace creative challenges. Her passing renewed discussions about emotional health within the entertainment community. She left behind a legacy that honored both her talent and her complexity, reminding many of the pressures faced by individuals who devote their lives to public expression. Lois Hamilton continued to be remembered as an artist shaped by brilliance, ambition, and profound inner struggle. Number 13. Willie Ray. On August 28, 1973, she was found unresponsive in her West Hollywood apartment after taking a large amount of barbiturate sleeping pills. The coroner determined that the overdose was intentional. She was only 23. Her death brought a tragic end to the life of a young model whose beauty and charisma had drawn widespread attention during her brief but memorable career. The news saddened those who had admired her work and followed her rise through the entertainment world. She gained recognition as a glamour model whose expressive features and confident presence made her a favorite among photographers. Her appearance as a centerfold in a major magazine brought her national attention, leading to additional photo shoots and public appearances. She became known for her blend of elegance and warmth, qualities that resonated strongly with audiences. Her modeling work captured the spirit of early 1970s popular culture, and she left an impression on readers who viewed her as a symbol of youthful hope and possibility. Her early life in Canada was shaped by cultural diversity and a desire to explore creative paths. She developed an interest in performance and visual art, discovering modeling as a way to express her personality while gaining independence. Her move to the United States opened new doors but also presented challenges tied to the fast pace of the entertainment industry. She navigated unfamiliar environments with determination, yet the transition from private life to public exposure carried emotional weight. Her pursuit of success reflected both ambition and a longing for stability. Her final years revealed a growing struggle with emotional difficulties and loneliness. She faced conflicts in her personal relationships and experienced periods of anxiety. The pressures of maintaining a public image added to her internal challenges. Friends later described moments when she withdrew from social circles, searching for quiet and clarity. Signs of distress became more visible as she attempted to balance professional expectations with her mental well-being. Her final night showed the culmination of these unresolved burdens, ending her journey far too soon. The reaction to her death brought sorrow from fans, colleagues, and cultural observers who recognized her potential. Her story prompted conversations about the vulnerabilities faced by young models navigating fame. Retrospectives highlighted her beauty, her charm, and the promise she carried. She continued to be remembered as a figure whose life illuminated both the allure and the fragility of early success. Willie Ray's legacy remained tied to the photographs and memories that captured her spirit, allowing her influence to endure despite her brief time in the spotlight. Number 14. Zoe Lund. On April 16, 1999, she passed away in Paris after suffering heart failure caused by long-term use of cocaine and heroin that severely damaged her cardiovascular system. The medical findings confirmed that her dependency had weakened her body to the point where it could no longer recover. She was only 37. Her death brought an abrupt close to the life of a model, actress, and writer whose creative brilliance had influenced independent cinema and underground art communities. She first entered public awareness through her striking performance in the film Miss 45, where her expressive eyes and quiet intensity captivated audiences. Her unique presence led to additional roles and collaborations with filmmakers who admired her fearless approach to character work. She also modeled intermittently, bringing an artistic sensibility to photo shoots that reflected her unconventional beauty. Her writing contributions, including work on screenplays, further demonstrated her creative range. She became a respected figure among artists who valued originality over convention. Her early life in New York City exposed her to diverse cultural influences. She grew up surrounded by music, literature, and experimental art, absorbing ideas that later shaped her creative direction. She developed a strong intellect and a deep curiosity about the world, pursuing artistic expression from a young age. Her decision to act and model emerged from a desire to explore identity through performance. These formative experiences cultivated a complex and introspective personality that influenced her work throughout her career. Her later years were marked by a persistent struggle with substance dependency. She spoke candidly about her choices, viewing them through philosophical and artistic lenses. Her life in Europe offered moments of stability, yet the physical toll of long-term drug use grew more severe. She continued to write and collaborate on films, though her health steadily declined. Friends and colleagues observed her increasing frailty, noting that her creative spirit remained strong even as her body weakened. Her final days reflected the culmination of years spent balancing artistic ambition with destructive habits. The response to her death involved a mix of sorrow and admiration from filmmakers, critics, and fans of independent cinema. Retrospectives examined her performances and the depth she brought to unconventional roles. Writers and scholars analyzed her artistic philosophy, recognizing her as a figure who challenged norms and embraced emotional truth. Her legacy endured through her films, her scripts, and the memory of her uncompromising creativity. Zoe Lund remained an icon for those who valued art shaped by honesty, intensity, and personal complexity. Number 15. Katie French. On December 6, 2007, she passed away in a Dublin hospital after suffering severe brain damage caused by the use of cocaine and ephedrine earlier that week. The medical findings showed that the substances triggered a collapse in her respiratory and cardiac functions. She was only 24. Her sudden decline and rapid hospitalization shocked the public, as she had been actively working and appearing at events just days before her collapse. She rose to prominence as one of Ireland's most visible models, appearing on magazine covers, television programs, and high-profile promotional campaigns. Her striking appearance, confident walk, and ability to connect with an audience made her a favorite among photographers and producers. She also ventured into presenting and charity work, expanding her public identity beyond modeling. Her influence reached international audiences, and her visibility played a key role in shaping popular culture in Ireland during the early 2000s. She became known for both her ambition and her vibrant personality. Her early life reflected a mixture of creativity and determination. She showed interest in dance, drama, and music, exploring various forms of artistic expression. Her entry into modeling allowed her to embrace her competitive spirit while building a public platform. She navigated rapid career growth, managing increasing expectations and the demands of media attention. Friends and colleagues described her as driven, enthusiastic, and eager to take on new challenges. Her formative years and early successes shaped her confidence, while also placing her under intense scrutiny. Her final months revealed deeper struggles that contrasted with her energetic public image. She faced pressure from work commitments, social expectations, and personal relationships. Reports indicated that she periodically experimented with substances during nights out, a pattern that became more concerning over time. The night that led to her hospitalization marked a turning point when her body could no longer withstand the strain. Her rapid decline and the inability of medical teams to reverse the damage highlighted the fragility beneath her polished exterior. Her final days were spent in intensive care, surrounded by family and close friends. The response to her passing brought widespread mourning across Ireland and among international supporters. Public figures, charities, and colleagues shared memories of her kindness and generosity. Her story prompted national conversations about substance awareness and the pressures faced by public personalities. Tributes honored her achievements, her charisma, and the joy she brought to audiences. She remained an enduring figure in modern Irish culture, remembered for her talent and her complex journey. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe for more stories, and I will see you in the next video.